return to the origin tree, you'll see the Shio bird perched on a branch near the base of the tree in the origin lake. And as you continue to make your way up the tree, the giant bird is again in this position here, halfway up on your climb. And you'll notice here the bird gives you a fast travel option. If you press this, you'll be taken back to the meditation point right at the start of the tree climb, because once you've jumped off here into the lake, there's no way of getting back unless you climb the tree all the way to the top. I think a lot of people wish Jedi Fallen Order had fast travel between meditation points, but I personally like that the game forces you to explore. It's all about that journey, but it's cool they've given the Shio bird this ability, seeing as though climbing the tree takes a long time. And to be honest, I love being lost in Jedi Fallen Order's maps, knowing that you have to navigate your way around. It's part of the fun. Also, if you get to the top of the tree and interact with the Shio bird, you'll be taken up to the part of the tree where you fought the Ninth Sister. As far as I know, there's no other way of getting up here, and that's where that next radio call happens as well. So Cal's Force Echo power psychometry isn't the first time we've seen this in Star Wars. When Cal plays the 7-string Halleck set, Sierra comments on Cal's rare Jedi ability.
Touch an object and witness events connected to it. Feel its history.
It's an echo in the Force from the object.
Many Jedi have that skill.
If you guys remember Jedi Master Quinlan Vos from the Clone Wars episode Hunt for Zero, you would have seen this power make its first appearance. Quinlan was an expert tracker, and just like Cal, had the ability to experience an object's past simply by touching it. The Jedi Council were actually skeptical of the Force Echo ability, fearing that the heightened emotions experienced by the user could be used to draw nearer to the dark side. I guess we kind of see this with Cal struggling with the death of his master, Jaro Tapal, and reliving the events of Order 66 using the Force Echo ability. And I do really like how Cal's journey revolves around this unique gift. It leads the path on his personal sense of discovery and identity. And so many of the main story points are connected to this ability. Something I completely missed on my playthrough of Fallen Order that was only recently pointed out to me is just how closely BD1 is connected to Cal. So BD1 has the green light bar on the back of his head, but did you know that if Cal's health gets to a critical level and the health bar turns red, BD1's light bar will also go red? Pretty cool, right? It's a small little detail, and the BD1's red bar turns red, BD1's light bar will also go red. Pretty cool, right? It's a small little detail, and the BD1's red bar will keep flashing until you ask him for a stim. A little detail you might have overlooked. And while we're talking about BD1, normally when Cal asks BD1 for a stim, when you press the stim button, BD1 will launch the stim into the air, Cal will catch it, and then Cal, I think, stabs it into his arm to inject the stim. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing. He's, stabbing it into himself. But if you're climbing, you can still activate a stim, although Cal's hands are busy holding onto the wall. So instead of launching the stim into the air, BD1 will actually stab the stim into Cal's shoulder. He does it himself. Another neat little detail you guys might have missed. And there's a small BD1 Easter egg you guys might not have seen that's super cute. Once you unlock the security droid slice for BD1, when hacking a security droid, he will very rarely hum a section from the Star Wars theme song.
What you want, dog?
As far as I know, this only triggers on this one droid right near the Sting Mantis on Zepho. Every other time I've tried this elsewhere, BD1 just performs the regular hack. But there you go. Cute little Easter egg. There's a familiar creature you might have passed on with sheep as part of completing the Flora and Fauna databank. This is a tack, and you might have seen these guys running around on the ground in Star Wars Battlefront 2's Kashyyyk map. They're harmless, friendly creatures you can see climbing and living on the origin tree in Fallen Order. And Battlefront...
Oh no. Go, and don't... Oh god, I'm getting chased down by a wolf, aren't I?
It seems a lot of Jedi originated back in Knights of the Old Republic. The Shadowlands were also first seen in this game, along with a few other locations and details. And you remember the Bogling, these creatures from
that?
You might have already seen, you can befriend one of these and bring it on board the Sting Mantis, but this one's quite sad. While exploring Vegano, I actually found a Bogling that's been killed. And the sad thing is, it looks like it's been fried by a blaster fire. like it's been hit by a blaster bolt. So I looked around and saw a group of stormtroopers not too far away, and I knew what had to be done. No one kills a bogling and gets away with it. Justice was served. Right at the start of the Order 66 mission in Fallen Order, Cal is in his bedroom on board the Venator-class Star Destroyer, and on Cal's bed,
I better
something
get some
you might
credits
find
and trust.
interesting, a Jedi holocron. It was common for Jedi to own holocrons. Cere goes and finds hers earlier in the story, which plays Obi-Wan's Order 66 warning to the Jedi, and you spend most of the story searching for the holocron with a list of all potential future Jedi spread across the galaxy. But seeing this here makes me wonder what's stored inside Cal's Padawan holocron. If you've been back to Zepho, on the landing pad where Stinger Mantis are lots of these boxes, which can actually be moved. You can force pull them, push, or slow, and you can also use them to climb to areas of the map you might not have been able to get to. If you put one next to the Mantis, you can try on top. I also
Did you know that a dimple in a butt crack was all I could see?
What?
Dimple in a butt crack.
I'm streaming.
We don't say anything bad.
Unfortunately, no. Once I left the plant selection screen, all the boxes have disappeared.
Oh!
Oh well.
Oh, yo, I'm rich.
Find a few of these boxes spread throughout the map.
Hello.
Use them as weapons. I use this
Alright.
here to start
I'm rich.
and then threw it at him. And I kind of wish it did.
I have $2,000 in this game.
Knocked him
I'm
over.
rich.
And then stopped. It kind of just made him stumble. And on the side of this box here is some Oravesh, which translates to Nerf foe. You might recall Princess Leia calling Han Solo a Nerf herder. Nerf are these creatures here, found on many planets throughout the Star Wars galaxy, so in these boxes is the fur of some Nerfs. Gross. And now I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. Skillshare is an online learning tool with thousands of classes that can teach you how to do things you've always wanted to do. Are you interested in art, graphic design, music production? Do you want to learn how to animate? Want to learn how to get started in game development, perhaps? There are classes for both beginners and pros, whatever your skill level, it caters to everyone. Do you want to start a YouTube channel and learn how to edit videos? I just brushed up on my editing skills in this class called 6 Super Easy Transitions on Premiere Pro by Alex Edwards. Now I can do this. Skillshare is less than $10.
Hi, Bodie.
So if you want to start learning
Sit.
skills,
Oh, wow. Right when I start to pet him, he goes.
Well, he was back there for like 20 seconds before you even acknowledged it.
2-month free trial.
He was back there for 2 seconds.
You can go explore your creativity. And did you learn anything about Fallen Order? Did you know about any of these details? And have you seen any more Easter
They're
eggs
alive?
I've missed in this series? Let
Who's
me
that,
know in the
Dwight?
comments.
Oh, that's Dwight.
If you want to see more Easter eggs, you can go watch one of these videos. This
Yo,
video is
Job.
sponsored by Squarespace. Thanks to Squarespace.
Alright, Dwight, if he jumps, you put your knee in
Let's
his
do
chest.
this. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is full of hidden
Do like
details
that.
and Easter eggs.
And
And
tell him
since
no.
posting my last few videos with a bunch of Easter eggs,
Tell him no yumping.
I found a bunch more. Thanks to some of you guys who also left comments.
Dimple in a butt crack.
Details in the game I didn't know about. Some of those will be on this list. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Okay, so first up, the guitar Cal plays near the start of the game is no ordinary
It's a song from
guitar.
Dumb and Dumber. If you listen closely on the radio, it says dimple in a butt crack. Who's all that shit?
Stop.
A 7-string Halixet and was first seen in The Force Awakens. The instrument was
Dimple in
played
Austin
by
Crack.
Suds Border.
Deke? I've been, thinking about what you were saying about doing something to make a difference around here, pay back the camp.
I'm listening.
Do you got a few minutes? I want to show you something.
Yeah, guess I can spare you a minute or two. Where are we heading? You ever been out to the caves north of the lake?
I know. Come on, see if you can keep up.
Okay. Let's go.
Got marked duty anyway this morning. Gotta see if any freaks are stuck in the muck out that way.
When's the last time you went up there?
Been a few years, I guess. When I was a boy, we used to live in that damn cave. An old man sort of fancied himself a geologist. Sounds like we got a couple. Freaks stuck in the mud, I mean.
How's that? Gold bounties.
Nice work. I think Schizo's just found a new man for the job. You know what Schizo can go do. Anyway, as I was saying, we spent hours talking about how all these caves were formed when lava flows would harden on the outside, but the molten cores would still flow like buried rivers.
Oh,
He returned here many times over the course
Not
of his
you.
life to reflect on his adventures.
no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my dad.
You see here on the memorial translate to Marty.
Okay.
And on his Twitter,
I'm gonna mute myself.
games industry artist.
What? Oh my god, that's so annoying. Oh.
Twin versus TIE Fighter. I think it's really special in the hands of honor his father as a Jedi and put him in Jedi Fallen Order. Rest in peace, folks. And while you're on Ilum, to go deeper into the cave during the story,
Stop, dog.
figure out how to melt the ice using the light reflection of the crystal hanging in the middle of the room. This is taken directly from the Clone Wars episode, The Gathering, where Yoda and Ahsoka take a group of Padawans to Ilum to build their own lightsabers. Yoda uses the Force to open a window, let the light in, which bounces off the giant crystal and opens the door to the crystal cave. After this, the Padawans embark on a journey to find their crystal, similar to Cal's journey in Jedi Fallen Order on Ilum. And this episode of the Clone Wars is actually the first canonical appearance of Ilum, but it was first seen in Tartakovsky's Clone Wars cartoon aired in 2003 and 2004. Luminara Unduli supervises her Padawan Barriss Offee as she builds her own lightsaber, but they're soon ambushed by separatists, and Yoda eventually thinks to save the day. This TV show is epic. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. This was a huge part of my childhood. I watched these so many times. It's also crazy to think that such a sacred place for the Jedi eventually became Starkiller Base, confirmed in Jedi Fallen Order once you return to Dawn. This blows my mind every time I go back to that planet. You can see the giant cutting through the middle of the planet. So towards the end of Jedi Fallen Order's story, Cal is knighted a Jedi by Sierra, who says the words,
By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force.
This knighting ceremony is only the second time this has appeared in Star Wars canon. The first was in Star Wars Rebels, in the episode Shroud of Darkness, where after fighting with the Jedi Temple Guard, Kanan is knighted, and the Temple Guard speaks the words,
By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force.
But this isn't the first time these words have been said in Star Wars. Anakin's knighting ceremony was depicted in also the Clone Wars cartoon.
By the right of the Council, by the will of the Force.
And there have been various other instances of this throughout Star Wars Legends, books, Knights of the Old Republic, lots more knighting ceremonies. There's a lot of Jedi going around, so they've been doing this for a while. So on Kashyyyk, the second time you visit the planet, your objective is to find Tarful and Mari in the Shadowlands. And the Shadowlands were first depicted in video game form in Knights of the Old Republic, all the way back in 2003. Here, you can explore the Shadowlands, walk around in the shadows, and some of this is what's inspired the Shadowlands in Jedi Fallen Order.
How do you know?
Shadowlands first appeared in the Wookiee storybook, published all the way back in 1979. This is a children's picture book following Lumpy, Chewbacca's son, as he went on an adventure to pick Wasaka berries for Chewie's 200th birthday. And I've realized I definitely need to get myself a copy of this. Anything to do with Loki is going to be amazing. And speaking of Wookiees, did you know that Jaro Tapal's species design was inspired by the original concept art for Chewbacca? All the way back in 1975, the illustrator Ralph McQuarrie was responsible for designing the look of much of the Star Wars we see today, including Darth Vader, Stormtroopers, lightsabers, R2-D2, C-3PO, and the Lasat species design is heavily inspired by this image of an early Chewbacca hero. The first Lasat to appear in Star Wars was Zeb from Star Wars Rebels. And Jaro Tapal actually has a line of dialogue that's a cheeky nod to George Lucas. During Jedi Fallen Order's flashback sequences where Cal is training, Jaro Tapal will sometimes say the words faster, more intensity. This is some of the only direction George Lucas would give his actors while directing A New Hope. A lot of people say George Lucas was mostly quiet on set and not most hands-on actor-director. And some of the actors have actually spoken about this in interviews.
The point I'm trying to make is that the hordes come every night, not a goddamn thing. We're told to do it again faster, more intense.
Pretty funny seeing this little reference in the game. Very cheeky from the devs. Okay, now I want to take a look at a few more of the poncho designs you guys have pointed out to me. The Homestead poncho is based on the design of the ceiling of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's kitchen, as seen in A New Hope. This has to be one of the most random Easter eggs I've ever seen. But there you go. It's the same pattern right there. Also, the Fjord poncho might be a reference to Travis Willingham's D&D character. Jedi Fallen Order has an invincible character, Jaro Tapal, Cal's Jedi Master. I'm sure you've already seen this by now. He's invincible, seemingly. But today, I'm going to put Jaro Tapal to the ultimate test. There's more than one way he can actually be defeated, and there's actually quite a few enemies capable of getting the win over this fallen Jedi Master, who's really just a dark force vision in Cal's mind. Ever since Jaro Tapal was added as an opponent in Combat Challenges game mode, and you can spawn in as many Jaros as you like and face off against them, I wanted to test how Jaro goes up against a wide range of characters, and which ones are capable of defeating him. So, which ones do you think they are? Which ones do you think can beat Jaro Tapal? Leave a comment before you watch the video, and after you watch it, I'd be really interested to see if you chose correctly. I was really surprised with some of the enemies he fell to. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. So recently, it was discovered that you can
There's my boy!
Jaro Tapal using the Skungus. That's an interesting word. If you place lots of these surrounding him and force push them into Master Tapal, creating this giant explosion of Skungus, they'll regrow and keep doing this, and eventually he'll be defeated. Although he kind of just glitches out. Tapal doesn't have a death animation. This was never designed for the game, so he just freezes and stands there. So for the sake of today's video, to speed things up, I've enabled a one-hit kill cheat, which I think makes the game much more realistic, especially with the lightsaber. I made a video all about that last week, realistic lightsabers. But with one hit kill enabled, it'll
You're gonna cancel that now.
pretty much everything you throw at him. There's no way of hitting him with your
Because he's not
lightsaber.
what they're
And lots of
looking
other
for anymore.
enemies are incapable of hitting him also. He blocks almost everything except Skungus explosions.
That MJ, yeah.
And a
See
few
if
other
I'm
enemies
over
like
here.
that. He takes a small amount of damage from these. And I figure if an enemy gets a hit on Jaro before Jaro hits them, they deserve the win. So realistic mode switched on with one hit kill. And with this switched on, you can see here just one Skungus explosion takes
this
him
an
down.
old CM
And
Punk?
he's still
Pretty
standing.
sure you're about
So
it's
Cal
talking
actually
about
has
hustle,
one attack that
loyalty,
successfully
and
defeats
respect.
Tapal. His down
And he asked me,
fast
guys,
slam attack, otherwise known
and he goes,
as
guess
the
what, Punk?
repulse. If you
I
perform
can
this
see
attack with
you.
one hit kill switched on, you defeat Tapal pretty much every time you use it. So first up, I wanted to do a little test when you face Jaro Tapal during the actual story. With one hit kill switched on here, I want to see if hitting him with the repulse attack will trigger the next cutscene. In this mission, you're actually supposed to lock blades with Tapal, which you actually get the trigger for the next cutscene. So I tried using the repulse slam, and immediately Tapal stops and breaks the game. Once this happens, there's no way of progressing
Okay.
the story. You're stuck. Even if you keep hitting him, searching all around the arena,
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Tapal just stands there frozen until you reload your game. So one way, I guess you could say this is Cal breaking his forceful spawn down forever stuck inside his mind. So that's what happens in the story, but now let's test some enemies. I'm going to go through every single enemy in the game, starting with the Empire. 99 stormtroopers versus 1 Jaro Tapal. My PC is struggling a little bit here. And this took much longer than I wanted it to. Jaro Tapal moves quite slowly, and every attack thrown at him activates his blocking animation. So every time a stormtrooper fired on him, he'd block and take a small step backwards. There were a couple times he'd take down 3 enemies all at once, and that was a big moment for Tapal. About as aggressive as he got. Otherwise, it's just one at a time, very slowly. And I also don't understand why the stormtroopers don't all fire on him at the same time. I tried turning the game difficulty up, but this didn't seem to change too much. They became a bit more aggressive, but for the most part would still fire in turns. Guess that's just how the AI is programmed. So it took Tapal about 10 minutes to...
Y'all gonna make me lose my cool.
They didn't even get close to getting a hit on him. Okay, so next, let's try 8 stormtrooper commanders. I thought these enemies might be able to get in with their grenades, but no. Every time they explode, Tapal would simply block the explosion with his standard block animation and kill the commanders. So how about 4 ATSTs? They fire multiple grenades all at once, along with rockets and blasters. Tapal walks right through the grenade explosions, no problem for Jaro. The blaster shots also do nothing, as do the rockets, and Jaro calmly approaches the ATST's legs and takes him down in one swift stroke. But here's something funny, when the ATST drivers crawl out of their cockpits, even though I was using spectate mode and aren't even capable of turning on Cal's lightsaber, they still wanted to fire at me. They'd be aiming at me instead of Tapal until he slice them up. The security drones, I figured, wouldn't really do anything, as so far Tapal only seems to be affected by splash attacks like the Skungus. Tapal blocked the security droids' punches and easily took them out. Scout troopers, I figured, would be the same, as they only have their melee electro-baton attacks, and sure enough, Tapal defeated them all with ease. But the flamethrowers, I was really
Is it in the middle of the hallway?
Obviously, the flamethrowers are more of a spread attack and not something that can be really
I want you to go to the school.
flame, and Tapal is defeated. His first defeat so far at the hands of an enemy.
Go, go, go.
After his victory, this stormtrooper proceeded to go
I would never do that.
What is this? Like he's rubbing it in.
I would like try doing that.
The heavy assault troopers
Okay.
are a much more ranged enemy, standing back and firing at Tapal. And were also quite smart in taking turns to let their weapons cool down. Frustrating for Jaro, trying to get close to them. He eventually did so and defeated them with no issues. Okay, this next one was funny. The probe droids. Jaro Tapal has no way of hitting them because they stay up high in the air and he can't actually use any force powers. So this one was a stalemate. He blocked all the probe droids' blasts and was just flailing his lightsaber around helplessly on the ground. So next, let's try the Purge Troopers. Somehow, Tapal even blocks the shotgun blast of the Purge Trooper commanders. Not sure how you got in the pellet spray of this at such short range. All the pellets just no problem for Jaro. But he certainly made short work of these guys. And he also walks right through their shock grenade, like it's not even there. What a badass. Look at it, just right through. The Electro Baton Purge Troopers were also incapable of getting a hit in. All their attacks are quite short, quick swings. Nothing that's going to worry Jaro. The Electro Staff Purge Troopers took Tapal about 7 minutes to defeat. They put up much more of a fight, although again, no hits on the Jedi Master. And the Electro Hammer Purge Troopers, I honestly thought would be the ones to defeat him, seeing as though they have the heaviest attacks, as well as a shockwave kind of attack. But Tapal took them down faster than any of the no problem here. So next, I honestly thought the Rocket Troopers would take down Tapal with a single rocket, kind of similar to the Plane Troopers. But in true Jaro Tapal style, he simply blocks them with his lightsaber, then does what needs to be done. And as a fun little test, we can defeat Jaro Tapal using the Skungus, but what about the Astromech droids? Will force pushing these into Tapal also defeat him? I really wanted this one to work, but unfortunately, he just powers right on through the droids. They do nothing. Okay, so next up, I thought I'd try have Jaro Tapal face the 4 legendary beasts and 4 all at the same time. So first up, the legendary Ogdo Bogdo. Thought maybe Ogdo's tongue would do the trick, but no, Jaro made short work of 4 Ogdo Bogdos.
Spiders.
So 1 down, 3 to go. Next up, the Nidak Alpha. Again, no problem for Jaro. I think Rabid Jotaz is the most aggressive of the 4 legendaries, but again, Jaro made quick work of them. So it was up to the Albino Y-Shock. And this one started off very one-sided. Jaro Tapal defeating 3 of the 4 giant spiders. But then on the 4th, a real surprise. Tapal was frozen. The spider jumped right over the top of him. I think this attack sprays a web, and Tapal was defeated. So I ran the battle again to make sure this wasn't just a glitch. Second time, Tapal came out victorious. Okay, one more time to test this out. 3 of the 4 spiders defeated, then this albino performs the same jump attack, and Tapal stopped still. So there you go. We can add the albino Y-Shock to the list of Jaro Tapal conquerors. So next I thought I'd try the other spider, the regular Y-Shock. They have a few similar attacks to the albino, but no luck here. They were all easily defeated, and their web attacks weren't effective on Tapal. The Flame Needle is up next, another Kashyyykian creature, and if the flame triggers were anything to go by, perhaps the Flame Beetle can also be successful.
Like, you know how Superman that
And
helps?
yep, they sure can. This small spray attack performed by the Beetle is enough to stop Tapal dead in his tracks. Funny, Jaro Tapal's weakness seems to be
You never heard that song?
Next is the Mycal, these winged bat-like creatures that quickly swoop on their enemies. Thought this might be a similar situation to the Pro Droids, but they get in a little closer and Tapal easily dispatched all 4 of them. Next up is the Slig, and as soon as they spawned in, this one here vomited all over Tapal, and he was defeated. Who knew? This giant slug vomit is the key to killing Tapal. He even dropped his lightsaber in disgust. Really wasn't expecting that one. So quickly too. On to Dathomir's creatures, and the Baneback Spider I thought would have a good chance against Tapal, and I was right, but only after being defeated. They produce a cloud of gas which damaged Tapal. So at the moment, it seems to be nearly every non-explosive, spreadable attack is Tapal's weakness. I thought I'd put some Night Brother warriors and archers in the same battle against Tapal, and to my surprise, it wasn't long before one of the Night Brothers' heavy attacks defeated Tapal from behind. He's not doing too well here, getting a few more losses. Seems he's not quite as invincible as we first thought. And yes, I know I've got the one-hit kill cheat on, and if we're using the game's regular health values, then Tapal would most likely be winning most of these fights, but it's interesting to see which enemies can even hit Tapal. The Undead Night Sisters, I thought wouldn't stand a chance against Tapal, seeing as though they only really have the melee attacks. But they are ultra aggressive and seem to somehow break through Tapal's guard and get a hit on him. This was really surprising to me. Didn't expect this one. Okay, next up, some of Zepho's enemies. The Philac was easily defeated, as were the Skaz, and the Tomb Guardians wouldn't even attack Tapal, and vice versa. They just stood there, I guess, you know, they're Jedi Tomb Guardians. So I turned on no factions, and Tapal had no trouble. But this was surprising. The Tomb Guardians' beam attacks did nothing to Tapal. He easily blocked them. On to Bogano's creatures. The Bog Rats don't stand a chance, nor do the armored Bog Rats or the Squats. Okay, the Hapkian Brood Bounty Hunters are next. The Bounty Droid was useless against Tapal, using only melee attacks. The Commandos tried keeping their distance, but were also eventually defeated, even if the Impulse Blast did nothing to Tapal. But the Hapkian Brood Bounty Hunters, the ones with the jetpacks, quickly defeated Tapal with a large blast to the back.
Alright, this is it. Now we got maps to every mine in the county showing where they stored their dynamite. Okay, come on. Yeah.
Were you expecting anyone?
Nope.
Do you have my back here?
Hey, I don't like starting trouble, but I'll finish it if I have to.
Stay behind me.
Hey, I can take care of myself.
I'm not saying you can't, but remember the last time that we were out in the shit?
Yeah, like I said, I'm staying behind you.
Finish it! Shit, don't let him! You can do this! Shit!
Burn, you asshole!
Hit! Men coming! Hit! Now I got you. Run all you want. I got you now.
That's all of them. Let's go.
Right behind you.
Stay down.
I got you.
Freaks.
The whole goddamn town now.
Yeah. Sorry, coming.
I got this.
Yes, currently I am getting running for my life in this game right here.
The other day, I did this for a couple hours straight, exploring all the maps. Silly. If you fly out to this doorway here without triggering more of the platform's terrains, the door remains closed.
Ah! What the heck? What kind of gun is that?
Same goes for the door on the other side, it's also closed.
Oh.
Around and activate a few more of these platforms until this clone trooper appears in the doorway here. I'm not sure why. Maybe, or maybe you drop something. Anyway, now you can jump your way over
Book it,
here
book it, book it, book it.
and have some fun. You can take out Cal's on this one clone returning on Jaro Tapal, killing his master, destroying the Jedi Order, let the hate flow through you. But no matter how many times you hit him, he doesn't go down, and Order 66 still happens. Maybe Cal's using a training saber here. That's a possibility. You can turn down regular lightsabers to training mode, right? Or I'm pretty sure you can do that. Anyway, so I continued to whack the clone trooper with my lightsaber, guided him into the control room. Jaro Tapal's just chilling. And you can also force slow the clone trooper, but force pull and push don't work. You can force slow him and then go hit him a bunch more times. I also went back and tried to push him off the platform, but this didn't work either. He's stuck up here. Believe me, I tried for a good while, different angles, everything. He's not falling off. He's stuck. So I thought I'd take a swing at Jaro Tapal. Let's experiment a little bit and see what else we can do here. Next, I tried getting up real close to him and attacking him from there without backing off, and this seemed to confuse him a little. Either my attack was stopping the ball push, or I just wasn't far enough away for him to push the ball at me. So I thought I'd have a little extra look around the map. I worked out you can actually jump your way through one part of the ceiling here and get outside the map, or outside the control room. You can just see the training room up here.
Run!
Surprised, when I got back, the clone trooper had started firing at Jaro Tapal. He wasn't attacking me anymore. Had he been issued with Order 66? And Palpatine just given him a phone call? Or perhaps he got hit by Jaro's ball, so decided to turn on the Jedi Master instead of me. So I tried to get the clone in between Jaro and Cal so the ball would hit the clone, which it can, and he stumbles the same as if I were to hit him with my lightsaber. But I thought this was crazy. I come back and he's attacking Jaro. It's like Order 66 has dropped, but Jaro doesn't seem to care. He's still interested in disciplining me and disciplining his Padawan. And you can actually force push the ball back at Jaro and redirect it to hit the clone. This is the same ball and animation Jaro uses when you learn the force push earlier in the story. That's where this is coming from. So if you keep swinging at Jaro without stopping, the ball just hovers in the air and spins. Jaro just seems to be kind of stuck. So this whole time, Jaro had been standing in the same spot as when I walked in, but after taking the clone outside and trying to knock him off the edge and coming back into the room, Jaro had actually moved, so he is capable of more than just throwing the ball. And I was trying to get him to start throwing it at the clone trooper instead of me, but couldn't seem to get this to work. Even when the clone trooper was shooting at him, he still wanted to throw the ball at me. Also, I did some extra research online. I googled a few things, looked up YouTube, and found Fallen Order Captures posted a video where his Jaro Tapal actually had a health bar once he started attacking him. And once he eventually took down all of Jaro's health, Jaro just stands there frozen with his arms folded behind his back. But then, as he tried progressing further with the mission, the game would keep crashing, and he eventually needed to reinstall to make it work again. So maybe don't try this unless you can reinstall it again.
Oh!
I'm pretty sure mine did it. Okay, so back to my game. Once you've had enough fun messing around with this, you can progress the mission and trigger the next cutscene just by interacting with this door. This is the beginning of Order 66, and during this cutscene, you can actually still see the ball sitting on the floor. It still looks like and was met with a ball to the face. Jaro Tapal will still throw at you, even though you're... And you can actually force grab the ball yourself, but can't get it back through the wall. So instead, I thought I'd try taking it with me to arm myself against the clones. You know, having extra weapons, like a secondary, in case I lose my lightsaber, which I do. But Jaro doesn't let you take it. Doesn't want you to defend yourself against the clones.
Ow, what the?
I thought he'd let Cal take whatever he needed. But no, once you walk a certain distance, he pulls the ball back away from you. So while we're here, I thought we'd do a little more exploring. I haven't really spent too much time in this Order 66 sequence. All the ceilings here are sealed, so you can't get outside the map's boundaries with the flying glitch. And once I got into these tighter sections, I couldn't find a way to get under the vents and into the hallways with the clones. It'd be really cool to explore this further though and see if you can get down there, see if you can interact with or fight the clones. I did jump my way up this larger section here and stood on top of these pipes, and getting all the way up here, I could actually force flow this propeller on the ceiling, but I couldn't get above or on top of it, and that's pretty much all that's up here. So I dropped back down, and eventually I passed through this elevator section. Nothing really unusual here. Cal loses his lightsaber here, though, so no more me beating up clones, I guess. You see, Jaro should have let me take the ball as a backup weapon. You know, switch to Cal's secondary. But once I got to this window here, the one where Jaro comes and destroys a group of clones, I could actually jump through the ceiling and get outside the map to see just how big this section actually is. It's pretty cool seeing all these corridors are just built as one giant interconnected structure.
Daddy.
And unfortunately, I couldn't get into any of the...
I got turned around. I'm coming. Sorry, coming.
Stop moving.
You wanna fight? Get it! Gotta pull back.
goddamn town down on us. Jesus, what a mess! Why no one goes into Sherman's camp. Eddie finds out you're out here risking your ass like this, she's gonna be pissed. Now, how would she find out about something like that? Not from me.
about the Rippers. Why you wanted me to see that shit.
No, Deke. I always saw a bit of myself in you. Back in the day.
How's that?
Don't give a shit. Oh, you care about your friend. Don't want to see him die, but me? Any other goddamn...
Hello?
Works by pressing the jump and force slow buttons.
will just get you killed.
Yeah, that's right. Thing is, not caring will get you killed just as easy. The good folks of Sherman Camp did was stop caring about anyone but themselves and their own. Easy to kill a man when he's just some piece of meat standing between you and what you need. Skizzo wants to kill Rip because he don't think they're human anymore. They don't count. He's standing in the way of what he wants. Well, I don't buy into that shit. I won't have it. Come on. Going. You know, Skizzo, he wonders why I'm a pacifist.
Mike, I ain't gonna bet on that. Your truth's ain't gonna hold. Yeah, for once I agree with Skizzo. The Rippers, they ain't human. Not anymore. Guess I should go check him. Hope he's awake.
Deacon St. John, this is Lost Lake. Come in.
Yeah, Mike, this is Deke.
Heard you brought in Shane Riley, but when I went to the shack to question him, he wasn't there.
Yeah, about that, Mike. I tried to bring him in. I really did, but he, well, put up a hell of a fight. So he didn't leave me much choice, Mike. He did.
Remember what I said about how we do things around here?
Yeah, Mike, I remember.
Lost Lake out.
Thanks, Ricky. Oh, I smell a nest. Gotta be right here. Another nest. Let's go. Could make something out of this. Yeah.
Becky, what's going on?
That guy we've been looking for, Eric Lynch, who murdered Campbell and Reed at the farm.
Lynch, man. Son of a bitch. You know where he is?
Yes, yeah, he's on the North Shore at the old boat launch.
Where were you? Where were you? You just left me. You left me.
She cooked all the beasts and chopped all the tights. She decorated the tree and turned on the lights. Try as she may and do what she might, there was no second Santa appearing that night.
Second Santa! I knew
Cool.
Tell her.
There's no such thing as second Santa.
I just didn't want to have to wait 364 days for another Christmas.
You're sorry.
No second Christmas miracle? No flashing lights?
Yeah, we kind of made all that up too.
Are you okay?
No! I am not the all for the cake! You made me miss the
I can't hear you. What? I didn't. Okay.
Second Santa?
Second Santa?
Building, structures, cabins, things like that. We have a theory that you never see them where wild animals will. Trees or mountain gardens or houses.
Thought these kids snooping around.
Civilian, I am not going to ask you again.
Can't we?
We're sick of not getting Christmas presents.
It's been 3 years and not one yet.
What are we, animals? How do you expect us to enjoy Christmas?
Oh, that's what this is all about. Presents. Christmas isn't about presents.
I am sorry, Santa, but you are the crazy.
Even on the modern day, even without presents, we can still enjoy Christmas. You see, Christmas is a time for family and friends to come together. A time for the people of the world to forget their troubles and instead focus on being good to one another.
Well, that's a beautiful sentiment. But tell me, if Christmas isn't about presents, why do you own a giant highway lumber site? The truck stop on the old Belknap Road.
It's just a bit of
Oh,
fun.
Crazy Willie's.
Meaningless to the holiday, really.
Rustic and touristy.
Well, if it's meaningless, you won't mind if I do this.
My God.
My, you really are, aren't you?
What?
We've got gifts! Santa actually brought us gifts.
And delivered them early, baby. Oh, this is
Multi.
Santa brought us nothing but
Okay. You literally just left me. You just left the party and then you invited me again.
So you're still mad at us? Of course I'm still mad.
Sure. Sure.
Wait, how did you get in here? We do not have the chimney.
Wait, I have Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Just tell us what you're doing here.
Yeah.
I've decided I can't have every holiday. I don't want
the new ones, the remastered ones. Yeah, I have both those. I just have to re-download them.
Get presents anyway. So what if you quit?
It's not just you.
It's not multiplayer though.
It's every child in the world. He's right. No presents on Christmas morning. You monster.
You cannot abandon your duty to the human children.
You don't. It's both.
I'm streaming right now, literally. I have PS, well, on my other account I do.
Butterbean's Pegasus Ranch playset. Oh, kitten cat!
No, it's a trap.
But the kitten cat!
Forget about the kitten cat.
We're not falling for it, Kringle. You might as well head back to the North Pole.
Sandy will head back to the North Pole the second she gives me the badge of honor. And I patrol the hall. Never. Well, it's going to be here a while. Why don't we all enjoy it?
Yeah. I'll re-download Resident Evil 3. I like that game better because Resident Evil 2, I get jump scared all the time by Mr. X, the tyrant. No, because I hear his heavy steps. What?
That's enough. I couldn't take it. I need to get a tree. I want to make a hair. Stop him. Sorry, that music just puts me in the Christmas spirit.
We're powerless against its influence.
No, but it always sucks because I'll be like walking, I hear his footsteps, I stop in my tracks, I look around, nothing's around me, and then I keep going. I think he's about to go open that door, like around that door, and then I look back behind me, boy's right there already winding his fist about to slap me, so I yell all the time while playing that. He's just like, yeah, here, I have to re-download it, but boys just, oh, shoot. Sorry, I meant to end the broadcast, man. Hello? I left, I meant to end the broadcast, and then I accidentally ended the party. Wait, what was your favorite boss? Because I left in the middle of you saying that. No, I like normal Nemesis because I have the infinite ammo stuff, and I always just shoot him in the head. Like he would definitely win against what's his name? Yeah, because he's stronger and stuff.